going on, Jerome's beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff. Actually, maybe not after the snow on Thursday. Yeah. It's time for another. What's going on, Jerome's beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. Actually, I don't know if birds are chirping after the snow on Sunday. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the heck on. So I'm watching the Tulane and Charlotte game, and I'm pretty sure I just saw a Will Rockford jersey, which is glorious. I did not expect that. It is. Wow. Look at that in all of its glory. So since I've already broke the seal on getting jerseys of players younger than you, I think Reichert is next. Anyway, that's great. Maybe not so great is the early snow. A little bit of, sleet, mother. Coming down on the Twin Cities on Thursday. At least, thank goodness, it wasn't like the 91 Halloween blizzard, which old people won't shut up about ever. And I lived through that. I was like 5. So I trick-or-treated through that. I don't talk about it. Like older people do all the time. It's like, I seen some stuff, man, and some things. Doesn't matter. Something I'm going to see is Sunday Night Football, Vikings Colts. I got flexed in. And a second injury report. Thursday is an important day. Of course, Friday is the most importantest. But for the Colts, so they had a fistful of players who DNP'd on Wednesday. Also interesting, the Colts didn't officially list injuries on their site. It's almost like they're habitual line steppers. But only one DNP'd on Thursday, starting left tackle Bernard Raymond, the pride of Central Michigan. Probably not going to be going since he's looking to clear concussion protocol. Probably won't be cleared by the time the Colts travel up here to play the Vikings. They will have a rookie starting at left tackle, so could be some yum time there. For the Vikings, it is noteworthy that Takitami downgraded from limited Wednesday to DNP on Thursday. That'd be kind of a rough loss, as he is the Vikings' only true blue 325 plus pound nose tackle, and with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and company coming in. Yeah. Also, Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Second day in a row, no practice with that toe, and it's really unfortunate. Gessling. Second straight DNP for Blake Cashman. Just said that. Who'd likely need to practice tomorrow if he's going to return from turf toe on Sunday. It is noteworthy because O'Connell reportedly said that Cashman was going to be working off on the side on Wednesday and then see how that toe responded. But the fact that he wasn't at practice on Thursday, probably not good. Yeah. The Vikings' numero uno defense in the league sidelined by a toe. Great. Player is going to be back on Sunday night is TJ friggin' Hockenson. So I love that O'Connell just straight up announced that Hockenson's going to be playing this week, as opposed to playing the whole injury report game. Oh, I don't know. Is he going to be back? Just trying to get the 0.0000 West Phillips 1% competitive advantage. Nah, that's stupid. And plus, it's a nice celebratory story. And the Vikings, after 2 straight losses, it's good. It's good to have some positive publicity. Plus, Hockenson, who's a top 3 tight end, he's not 3. Getting him back in the mix is good. Purple Persuasion. Vikings tight end TJ Hockenson is ready to join the Arsenal. Quote, not Arsenal. Liverpool. We have so many guys on this offense that can make plays. Oh, it's almost like there's going to be a lot of mouths to feed once Hockenson gets back, whether it's Jefferson, whether it's Aaron Jones out of the backfield, whether it's Hockenson, whether it's Addison. So there's no room for a me attitude, right? Because especially since the Vikings have gone from one of the worst running teams in the league last year to one of the highest volume running teams this year, there's only going to be so many balls to go around. So let's not start a free 87 campaign. Not saying, I'm just saying. Also, Hockenson looking to get with Sam Darnold for the first time. Kramer Strib. TJ Hockenson on Sam Darnold. He's going to like having me out there. I guarantee it. We're going to have fun. That almost sounds like a threat. Like the new Saw movie. We're going to have fun. But what Darnold has been lacking, we said this ad nauseum, is that over-the-middle target. And Hockenson is going to put a lot of stress on the defenses because you just can't cover everyone. right? And Alec Lewis, The Athletic, illustrated this. Could tell that Justin Jefferson was pretty excited today about having TJ Hockenson back. Yeah, because it's going to make everyone's job easier. First time Vikings will have JJ, Hawk, Addison, Aaron Jones, and Naylor in a game. Last year, 18, 87, and 3, played 249 snaps together, 48.5% success rate, which would be first in the National Football League. So it truly is 3 deep out there. And also with Aaron Jones and Naylor supplementing, it's really, really damn good, man. Also good. Justin friggin' Jefferson, talking about how it's something that we had suggested to Kevin O'Connell, where the Vikings are leading the NFL in offensive pre-snap penalties. That includes the Vikings being on a bye, so they have one less game. Whether it's false starts, whether it's illegal shifts, illegal motions, it's just been delay of games. Also plays into it too. It's been an issue. Right. And Justin Jefferson talked about how Kevin O'Connell is starting to simplify things. This is what he said to the Media Jackals on Thursday. We're just going out there and just playing, not really focusing on too much of the concepts, and more focusing on the players that we have out there on the field and our ability to get open against any coverage. And that's kind of something we're trying to maintain and keep consistent. It doesn't have to be something that we drop the best play that you've ever had. It's all about going out there and executing our men versus their men and being the ones that come out on top. That's what I mean at that. I feel like this game he is going to let us go out there and play. And with O'Connell, the shifts, the motioning, the disguises, and he gets that from New England because once Belichick, who was a defensive-minded guy, really started getting involved on offense, and especially when McDaniels, Bill O'Brien were in there, is they ran a couple simple concepts, the whole Earnhardt Perkins thing, but from many, many different formations. So make it look complicated to them, but for you, it's very simple. And with O'Connell, it did feel like the early offense with a lot of shifts, a lot of motions, a lot of everything like that, a lot of window dressing. But at the end of the day, you got the players, you got the horses, and it doesn't have to be reinventing the wheel. You got studs out there. Just let them play. And the more that you're looking at wordy play calls as well as shifts at the line and just trying to get the defense to tip their hand, I mean, that's all well and good, but it wasn't working out. So I love that O'Connell put the ego aside and just realized that, hey, we got the horses, and we're just going to let them run. Just go after things. I can't wait, man. Also can't wait. Cam Robinson is in the building. They're going to practice Thursday, Friday. See if he's good to go on Sunday night. I suspect that he will start. Right, and even though he's only been in the building for a couple of days, he doesn't know the full playbook. Like football is football, as well as what, like O'Connell said on Wednesday, on meaty downs, passing situations. I mean, it's left tackle versus edge, right? And I'm sure he just met Blake Brandel. Hey, nice to meet you. All that stuff. Plus, it's interesting that all of the reporters' photos and videos were very tightly cropped, so they didn't reveal who was at right guard. And also, I don't think anyone reported who's at first team right guard. But Robinson fed the local Media Jackals on Thursday as well. Alec Lewis, go. Here's new Vikings left tackle Cam Robinson. He just looks like an OG left tackle, doesn't he? Like a guy who's been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Could start for any team on any week. It's great. Said he's not sure about playing Sunday yet. Just trying to take it all in. And reportedly, he was not too happy about his benching with the Jaguars, and it's time for a new beginning, and he's certainly got one here. And this is likely going to be a half a season rental, and the Vikings getting that done for potentially a day 3 pick swap in 2026. And if things go well, it'll end up a 4th and about $3 million bucks, worth it, right? And the Vikings would get comp pick credit if Cam Robinson does sign somewhere else, if the Vikings do come out net ahead in terms of free agency, although they might not, because they certainly can be spenders next year. But with Robinson too, hey Cam, here's what's up. So you're going to fall in love with the culture here in the great state of Minnesota and with this team. And I know that you've never played right guard in your career. Hell, I don't even think you played guard in your career. But maybe, just maybe, the market won't be huge out there, although serviceable left tackles are always going to be in demand. But say Darrisaw isn't right to start next season, which who knows, right? You can come back. You can moonlight at left tackle a little bit until Darrisaw is good to go, and then kick inside to right guard. Everybody wins, especially the Vikings. Who knows? Speaking of right guard, so per persuasion, go. Not being locked into Ed Ingram is not a small component of this deal. It's a large component regarding why the Vikings traded for Jaguars left tackle Cam Robinson, per Ben Gessling. Gessling also says he's heard Ingram is on a short leash and that Dalton Reiser's chances to be in the starting lineup is quite strong at some point here. I think just start him, right? And it's not like a benching of a quarterback, right? And if Ingram has had ample opportunity to secure his spot, whether previous years or this year as well. And Ed knew that Reisner, once he got off of IR, could be coming for his job. Reisner didn't take right guard snaps for the first time of his NFL career in training camp for no reason, right? So Ingram hasn't secured his spot, so it's on to the next one. So I would say start Cam Robinson left tackle on Sunday night and start Dalton Reisner right guard Sunday night too. Just go from there. And Reisner also feels pretty hyped. Vikes fan page, Dalton Reisner on if he feels ready physically. Quote, yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure. I feel good, man. I've been healthy for a lot longer than people think, end quote. And yeah, that's the whole thing about Reisner is that the Reisners talk about he's been good for a while. The beat writers talk about how he's been ready to rock and roll. But, of course, back injuries, you want to take super slow and make sure that you're 100% as opposed to just 100%. That makes sense, right? And also, I think that selfishly the coaching staff wanted to give Ingram a real chance because he is that second-round draft pick. He is younger. He is blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I don't think it's working out. So, put in Reisner. Speaking of younger and not working out, so recently there's been a lot of heat on first-round pick number 17 overall, Diamond Dallas Turner. Oh, he's only got 1 sack and 3 pressures. Oh, look what Jared Verse is doing. Oh, look what Latu's doing with the Colts. Blah, 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 blah. And on one hand, I get it. It's like, oh, trade up a bunch of draft picks to go get your guy. But also, I mean, what do you want, right? Very stacked edge room with the Vikings. And Turner, he's a project. He's 21 years young. Need to add some size to be able to set the edge consistently in the league, become a 3-down player. And, the pass rush, it will get there. The talent is there. And good thing that with the 5th-year option, he could be under contract through 2028. There will literally be another presidential election before Turner is out of contract with the Vikings. So, but Alec Lewis, the Athletic, did up a great piece about why you shouldn't be worried about Dallas Turner. And Brian O'Neill actually had some great comments about the Turner situation, talking about facing Aiden Hutchinson, back in the day. This is from Alex's piece. But O'Neill got the better of him, Hutchinson, in that first matchup. Hutchinson left the field that day with 1 quarterback hit while leaving the locker room. O'Neill thought, he's got a chance to be a pretty good player. With all due respect, O'Neill said Wednesday, 10 weeks later, in December of that 2022 season, O'Neill lined up against Hutchinson again, and that day O'Neill said, he was a effing problem. His point, quote, there's definitely a learning curve, O'Neill said. Anytime you're playing a position in the trenches, you were just more athletically gifted than everybody in college. That's how I was at Pitt. That's how plenty of guys were. That's how Hutchinson was. It takes a little time to understand angles, sets, protections, and what risks you can take. That applies to Turner, the Vikings' first-round pick, who has played just 7 snaps over the last 2 games. In his rookie season, Turner has 1 sack, 3 pressures, 4 tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. Among the 30 first-year players who have rushed the passer 30 times, his pressure rate ranks 17th. But I ain't worried about him, right? And also, you look at how Turner was constantly asking Darrisaw and O'Neill in camp about things and pointers, and always in edge rushing coach Mike Pettin and assistant head coach Mike Pettin's ear about getting better on all these reps. The kid's going to be fine, right? He's got all the talent in the world. There is a learning curve in the National Football League, and I know that people have this microwave society thing. We want things now. But we invested draft picks. Yeah, congratulations. But it's like what O'Neill said about Hutchinson. It's like what Flores said earlier in the week about Cam Hayward. I mean, sometimes these guys take time to develop, and especially guys in the trenches. Where, I mean, Turner was just a physical freak and a big time problem in Alabama for 3 seasons, and he's got all the physical tools, and now needs to refine with some technique. He'll get there, right? It's almost like the flip version of if a guy is all technique and get things done there, but he doesn't have the physical upside. I'd much rather have a guy who's a freak who needs to learn a thing or two, because technique can be taught, physical tools. Maybe not so much, especially if you're gambling on upside, but Turner's going to be fine, right? But that's it. That's at Vikings Friday news dump. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.